Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I'm aboard Utopia of the Seas and I'm ready to have some fun. I'm going to tell you all about what you can see and experience on board. That includes the food, the pool, the entertainment. We're going to go on a room tour. I'm going to let you know exactly to the penny how much I paid for this. And I'm going to answer that $1,000,000 question that everyone wants to know. Is it worth booking and going on board? Well, stay tuned as I answer all those questions and give you much more. I'm going to keep it fun too. So stay tuned as I go through all that. So here's the good news. I didn't have to wait in order to get on board. From the car until I walked through the ship, onto the ship I should say, it took me about a half hour, which isn't bad at all. And when I got on board and I walked into the promenade, and that's where you enter the ship from, it is massive, it's huge. To me, it looks like a mall. It was a wonderful looking, beautiful space. I just loved it. There was such a energy that's on board, and everyone was really awed when they walk on board. This is the second largest ship in the world, and it definitely shows. It's a huge, beautiful space. They have lots of gathering here. They have a bar that elevates to the top several floors, and it was just an awesome experience. So definitely stepping on board was a big wow factor. After I clear the muster station, the first thing I do is I head up to the top deck, and that's because that's where the sail away party is. I like to start my drink package. I like to dance, have a good time, meet the cruise director and entertainment staff, and then like-minded cruisers who are dancing, gyrating their bodies and having a good time. The reality is most people aren't dancing. People are just watching other people have a great time. I recommend you get on the dance floor and just really have a good time. And it's on the pool deck, so some people are actually in the pool. So if you want to be a part of that pool action, definitely bring your bathing suit with you on the first day and change into it, get into the pool, and then get your vacation started on day one. Now, since we're on the pool deck, I'll talk about the pool deck. And there's lots to do here. There are two huge pools on either side. And in the middle is a chasm. I call it a chasm because right below that is Central Park. And we take our tour to Central Park a little later. But there's lots to do on the pool deck. There is Splash Away Bay. There's a little tiny kids tot area. There are some slides that you can go down. So the pool, oh yeah, I forgot. There is whirlpools available too as well. So there's a lot that's going on in the pool area. So if you like that kind of thing, the pool area is definitely going to be worth it for you. Now let's talk about food. There are lots of different dining experiences that you can enjoy on board, and we're going to go through all of them. First off, the food tastes good. In my opinion, overall, the food tastes better than I would expect on board a cruise ship. And I've been on, as you can tell by being on my channel, tons of cruise ship, and this is an elevated experience. On the first day, they gave us lobster in the main buffet. It's all you can eat lobster. So that right there started us off on a good foot. And also, when it came to omelets, they had the omelet alarm thing that they gave you. So when you were eating breakfast, you basically ordered an omelet, and then it would vibrate and you would go back and get one. But there was tons of food, so the variety is out of the world, and also the quality is top notch. If the main buffet is not your thing, then there are other specialty dining options available on board. They have a hybrid system. Some restaurants you pay for some things on the menu while you have other things that are for free. And then other restaurants, specialty restaurants, you pay for everything. It's about maybe $40 a head. If you go to a real nice one, it's like $60 or more. But they have specialty restaurants too on board where you pay a la carte for the meal. When it comes to entertainment, there are lots of things for you to see and do on board. I mean, a lot. It has probably the largest repertoire of things to do than I have found on many other cruise lines. But there are really three main areas that you want to focus on. The first one is going to be the main theater. That's where you're going to have your main Broadway type shows with dancers and lights and a lot of dancing and singing. And they have features there. I don't want to give a spoiler alert, but they have different types of entertainment that really was the first I've ever seen on board a cruise ship. They had drones, and they had people that were floating in the air. It was literally out of this world. The next big entertainment venue you want to focus on is going to be the skating ring. Yes, there is a skating ring on board. It wasn't the best skating performance I've seen on board a cruise line, but it was still very good. In my opinion, the must-see entertainment on board is going to be the Aqua Theater, hands down. It was one of the greatest shows I have ever seen in my entire life. And I've seen a lot of shows on cruise lines, and this, in my opinion, was top-level entertainment. You don't want to miss it. I recommend you get your tickets early because they oftentimes sell out, and you don't want to miss this show. If there's one thing you want to catch while on board, this is going to be it. If you like gambling, then there's Casino Royale, and it's a very massive casino. It has almost every single table game that you can imagine, as you would expect, because it's one of the largest casinos on the ocean. So if you like gambling, you're going to like Casino Royale, which is a smoking casino. However, there is a non-smoking section to the casino as well, which is a lot smaller than the regular smoking section. There is a sports courts area, and it's a fairly large area. There's pickleball, soccer, putt-putt golf. They have a flow rider where you can ride the waves and surf it. There is a rock climbing wall. There's actually two of them, two rock climbing walls. There is shuffleboard, pickleball, cornhole. There's a zip line, and all of the stuff I'm mentioning to you right now that I've talked about so far are all included with your fare. There is seated soccer, table tennis, you name it, they have it on board. So there's lots of things to do on the sports court, one of the largest sports court on the ocean, so you're not gonna be disappointed here. There is the Abyss, which is a slide at the very back of the ship that has like a monster type thing. I didn't really, that wasn't my thing. I thought it was going to be better than it was. But there's also an arcade too as well. The games average around $2.50 per game. So if you have young kids, definitely keep that in mind because they will run the bill up on you very quickly. Now, a lot of the things I said earlier were high energy. However, most people who come on board aren't looking for that. I wouldn't say most people, but a lot of people aren't looking for that. And for them, there is the spa, and it's a pretty lush and relaxing spa area. If you're going to get multiple things, my wife swears by you have to get the package in order to save. So I'm passing that message on to you. However, if you are more into working out, there's a well-equipped gym, one of the largest gym on the ocean. It's not necessarily the nicest looking gym in my opinion, but they have about every exercise available to man in the gym, and also lots of floor space for you to do different types of floor exercises. In case you have any money left over after booking the cruise, there are plenty of shopping opportunities available on board. Most of it is going to be in the Grand Promenade, but there's, in my opinion, wait until the last day because that is when the best deals become available. Cruise lines love to upsell, and this is going to be the biggest money maker for them of all, and it's going to be the drink package. If you get a cheap enough cruise, sometimes the drink package will cost you more than the cost of the cruise. So you got to be careful when it comes to the drink package. So you have to do the math. If you're going to drink about 10 drinks per day, then the drink package is going to be worth it. If you're going to drink as many as 15, then definitely get the package. Also, if you know for sure that you're going to drink, get the package before you get on board. The reason why, you're going to save yourself a lot of money. Now, as far as the quality of the service on board, my opinion, exceptional. I thought the waiters were good, and I thought the bartenders pretty much knew how to make everything, and that's because they do it all the time. So definitely, if you're going to get the drink package, buy it before you get on board, and definitely make sure you drink enough to make it worth it. This is a family cruise ship. So more than likely, you're going to find a lot of kids on board. However, if you want a more adult experience and to get away from it all, I recommend you go to the solarium. The solarium is a beautiful covered space. It has glass covering, so it lets in natural light, so it's bright in there, and it's a wonderful experience. It's an adult only space. It has lots of things to keep you comfortable, like a whirlpool. It has a bar, a pool, and lots of lush comfortable seating all the way around. So definitely recommend that if you want a different type of more mature experience. One of the nicest spaces on board, and one of the things that makes you just wonder how they did it all is going to be Central Park. Central Park kind of simulates a park experience. It's a beautiful, well manicured space that has lush seating all the way around. And on either side of the park, there are restaurants for you to go, mostly specialty restaurants, but there's also a cafe there where you can go and eat too as well. It's an extremely well kept area and it's just at peace. Wonderful area to go and sit, relax, and just enjoy. Has lots of sunlight. It's a beautiful experience. It was absolutely fantastic for me. There is internet on board, and earlier when people cruised, it was all about whether or not you would have reliable, consistent, strong internet signal. Well, that's no longer the case. Almost every cruise ship you go on, and this is no different, you're going to have strong internet signal on board almost the entire vessel. The biggest challenge is going to be the cost. As much as you would pay for, say, 1 or 2 days on board a cruise ship would be probably the cost of your bill for the entire month while you're on land. So be cautious and know that internet is available, but also that it's at a premium. There's still more to come. We're going to talk about the cabin as well as how much I paid for this ship. But the big ask I have for you is simply do this. Hit the like button. I don't get paid by Carnival or Royal Caribbean or any of those folks. The only way that I really can stand out amongst the rest and help like-minded people find this content is by you just simply hitting the like button. So if you could do me that solid, that will go a long way into help me making content. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. So if you really like the content and want to follow me, then hit the subscribe button. But let's go on now and do a cabin tour. My cruising philosophy when it comes to cabin is that I go to the cabin just to sleep. I drop my stuff off there, and as soon as I wake up, I get my shower and I leave. And as you can see, it's not a bad space whatsoever. Good enough, large enough for me to fit all my stuff in and be very comfortable for a week-long cruise. Now, as far as how much you'll pay to be on board, it's going to cost you a little bit more than you would an ordinary cruise line, and here's why. At the time I made this recording, it was the second largest ship in the entire world. One of the largest. So people want to go on board these large ships because there's so much to see and do. And for that, you're going to end up paying a premium, even if you go during the off season. It's going to be more expensive than, say, some of your other ships. Now, the question is it worth that additional expense? In my opinion, absolutely. I had a great time on board. I would go back tomorrow if I had the time to take off work. So you're going to enjoy, at least I did, I think you will enjoy your time on board. And I think that there's so much that this ship has to offer that other ships don't, that you'll find that it stands head and shoulders above the rest. So is it worth it? I think it was. I paid $749.23, and that was for 4 days. Not the cheapest, but also not the most expensive out there. I definitely feel you're getting a good value for your money.